What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another live stream. How's everyone doing? Hope it's been a good week. And today, not a whole lot going on in the Texans world in this past week. So decided to come up with a little game, a little activity for us to do, and that is essentially predicting the awards for this next 2021 season. What's up, Fallon Carrot? Yes, you were first. Yes, sir. How you doing, my guy? Hope everyone's doing good in the chat. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some awards. We'll go down the list. I sent out a tweet asking what awards you guys wanted to see, but some of the ones I thought about myself, just basic ones: most valuable player, most improved player, offensive and defensive player of the year, offensive and defensive rookie of the year, stuff like that. And then we got some more interesting ones from you guys. Young guys who kind of earn a new contract, most surprising player, random/new like fan favorite type of player. So those will be interesting. Hi, Felon Carrot. What's up, James Williams? How you doing? How's the Thursday treating y'all? How's the Thursday treating y'all? Bum bum bum. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, and we're gonna start with the MVP, and I'm gonna give my answer. How should I start this? I should ask y'all first, and then I'll give my answer. We're going to start with MVP. MVP's number one on the award list. Got to start from the top. And so let's hear it in the chat. Who do you think is going to be the Texans MVP for the 2021 season? Most valuable player. Who's it going to be, man? Ryan's in the chat. Let's go. MVPs. I mean, I think obviously if Deshaun plays, that's a different story. I think it's easy. But let's imagine in a Deshaunless world for now. Who's it going to be? I'll give y'all a little bit here, and then I'll get into my answer. And this was a tough one. This was definitely a tough one. All right, we got them rolling in here now. Reese's King says Nico Collins. Nico Collins is the MVP, the rookie. Ooh, I like it. And I'm very high on Nico Collins. It would be amazing if he's our MVP. He would probably be Rookie of the Year if he was MVP. All right, Ryan says Cunningham, or if Watson plays. Okay, Zach Cunningham, that's a good one. Willie Boy P, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Mike agrees with Ryan. He says Zach Cunningham. James Smart Man says Desmond King. He's in my top 5 too. King. We got 2 Kings. Watson, of course, if he plays. So the way I'm thinking about it is from a non-Deshaun Watson standpoint, because obviously if he plays, he's gonna be the guy. And so Fallon Carrot has it here. Tunsil, man. Tunsil. I'm not saying he's my pick right now. I'll get into it a little bit more. But just thinking about who's on the team. Who's the best non-Watson player on this team? In my opinion, it's easily Laramie Tunsil. Easily. Pro Bowler last year. I think, in a motivated season where he has stuff on the line, he's going to play like an all-pro. But top 2 left tackle, top 3 left tackle, whatever you want to say. I think he's definitely the best player on the team. But when you're talking about most valuable, it's hard for the left tackle to be the most valuable player. And so I think for me, it's going to come down to either Philip Lindsay or Desmond King. 2 positions who are just a little bit more valuable, cornerback and I guess running back, not in the sense that it's more valuable, but I think Philip Lindsay, he could have a huge year statistically. That could honestly help win us some games if the offensive line is working well with him. So I guess that Laramie Tunsil will kind of help Philip Lindsay in that sense, but I think those are my 2 guys. It's either going to be Desmond King or Philip Lindsay, and I think if I put my money somewhere, I'm going to put it on Desmond King, man. I'm a huge Desmond King fan. I've wanted him out of college. I wanted us to trade for him for years, and I'm so damn glad that he's on our team now. But sounds very low. Oh my god, what is with the sound? I don't know why it's been low recently. Audio input is all the way up 100. But I'm going to put it closer to me. Hopefully that does something better for y'all. Let me know if that's better. Maybe Philip Lindsay as well. Okay, James hears me. Out for sure. Almost said Cooks, but Cunningham might have the biggest impact because of how important that linebacker position is in the Tampa 2. My thing about that, Ryan, is I think these linebackers, like typically you'd see, Bernard McKinney, Zach Cunningham, they're going to play 80-90% of the snaps, and so they can rack up the tackles. But with the Tampa 2 and with all the linebackers we've added, I think it's going to be more of a rotation. And so Cunningham might play 60% of the snaps because 40% of them are going to go to guys who are better in coverage and are going to play those passing downs. That's how I would kind of do it. Too low. Sound okay? Hard to hear you again. You sound low. I don't know what's happening, y'all. My mic is all the way turned up on OBS. Maybe I'm just quiet. I don't know. Had to use headphones to hear better. Speaker super low. God dang. My mic is as. Is that better? If it's up there, it's not even that much better. Huh. Well, my mic stand's a little broken, so that's probably. That's why I can't be up near my face. But here, I'm gonna get a little closer. How is that? That's a little bit better. I'm seeing the levels on my screen. It's not really making that much of a difference, but we'll see. All right, so that's my thoughts for MVP. I think honestly, Desmond King has the ability to ball out, to create turnovers, and to really be a steadying force in that secondary. So I think in a career year, he's going to be trying to prove himself because he statistically had a bit of a down year in Tennessee, and so people are doubting him. And I think, man, he could be our MVP. That's where I put my money at. I know it's not the conventional answer, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Some other people I did consider were Brandon Cooks, and even Justin Reed, man. Justin Reed. We'll talk about him later in the video. But next award is going to be Most Improved Player. Tyler, thank you for re-upping. Welcome to the Texans Thoughts team. I know you've been here for a minute, but thank you for re-upping, my guy. Most improved player. Put it in the chat. Who is your most improved player for this 2021 season? Is it going to be a young player, someone like a Justin Reed, someone like Alani Johnson, Charles Omenihu, Ross Blacklock, or is it going to be a vet who is signed this prove it deal and is really trying to make bank and improve, right? Let me know who you think. We got the first answer in from Tommy Gov. He says, Omenihu, Charles. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Charles has gotten better every single year. And I think moving to a 4-3 defense, it's going to be really interesting to see where he plays. Is it on the edge? Is it on the inside? I think that'll definitely change things up for him. But everything we know about Charles is he's a worker. He's a grinder, so he's going to get better. So I think that's a very safe bet. David has an interesting name that I hope he's in the running for this award because, damn, we need a lot out of him, is Ross Blacklock. Blacklock, we drafted him to try and fill that DJ Reader run-stuffing defensive tackle role. And first year, didn't look like we wanted to. But to kind of defend Blacklock in a sense, COVID killed the offseason for rookies. So that's already putting him a step behind. Number two, he didn't even get enough snaps really to give a good evaluation on how he did his rookie year. And number three, defensive tackle is a position that it typically takes a bit longer for guys to translate to the NFL. And their prime kind of doesn't really hit till like 26, 27. That's when you really start to reap the benefits of them. My God, it is hot in my room, and so I'm sweating like a motherfucker. Tyler says, I got a new card. Had to update the payment. Thank you, my guy, for the $2. Appreciate you. Good looking out. Is it still too low? I don't know what else to do. Let me try and unplug and replug my mic. Now it's not even picking. Oh, there we go. No, that's still the same. I have it all the way turned up on OBS, and I stand this like all the same setup as how it was last stream, and it was fine, and how I record my videos. So I really don't know why it's different, but I apologize for that. Seems like it's good for some people and it's low for some other people. So I mean, just turn up your volume a little bit. Who else we got? We got Grenard and John Reed. Got another Grenard. Hope it's Whitney. Worthless, merciless. Oh, man. Hopefully, Whitney can be found this next season. Hopefully, he is no longer MIA. Lovie Smith was talking him up. Let's see. We'll see it on the field, man. Maybe mic settings in Windows. That could be the move. Let's pull that up. We are talking about who we think is going to be the most improved player in the... Input, device properties, app volume and device preferences, maybe. Master volume, what is that? That's not the mic, right? That's just like... Okay, turn it up a little bit. Is that any better? Do y'all notice any difference? I don't think that did what I thought it would. Huh. Oh, let me try this. How's that? Is that better? I think I did something. Maybe I didn't. All right, let's get back to this. Brevin Jordan, Philip Lindsay's who I'm excited about. How about wide receiver Coulter? Yeah, man. So that entire draft class, Blacklock, Renard, John Reed, Coulter, we didn't get to see a whole lot out of them, and so I think they're all in the running for most improved. Who else I would throw in there is Titus Howard. I think rewatching his film, he was very, very good, but there was also just so much room to improve for him, and that's the crazy thing is that his ceiling is so damn high, and so I think, and so much of that is technical stuff, and so yeeting Mike Devlin out of here finally, getting James Campen in here, someone who's more established, who has a better track record of sending guys to Pro Bowls. Hopefully he can fix up those technical things, and Titus could be a top 5, top 7 right tackle in the league next year, I think, if he can fix those technical things. Who else do I have written down here? I do have Blacklock, and I do have Omenahu. I'm hoping it's Blacklock, man. I'm hoping it's Blacklock, because we've got a hole in the middle of our defense at defensive tackle, and I don't know where they want to play him out, 1 tech or 3 tech, but we need a big boy in there to stuff the hell out the run, and that's what he was good at TCU, and I hope that's what he can show us this next season. Why are you yelling? Sounds louder? Okay. Better. Okay, I think I figured out how to do it. Should I go more, or is that good? Coulter, we'll talk about him later. Is there a place for Whitney in the 4-3? I don't think I want him playing DE. I don't want him playing linebacker, that's for sure. Because in a 4-3, a linebacker position, that's more about coverage, right? And he don't defend the run from that area very well. So he's kind of stuck at defensive end, and I think it could make it easier for him. But if you want my honest opinion, I think he's done. He looked like he lost a massive step last year, and maybe that was COVID hitting him and being in pretty bad shape, but he's getting up there, man. He's getting up there. All right, next one is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. That is the next award we're going to talk about. So put it in the chat. Who do you think is going to win that award for the Texans? More. Alrighty. I'm going to just turn my mic all the way up. And if it's too loud for you, you can turn my ass down. Nope, not troubleshoot. Where was it? Device properties, volume. All right, it was at 50 when I started. Now it's at 80. Now I'm just going to throw it up to 100 and see where that goes. All right. 2 Offensive Player of the Year. Damn, Alpha has his phone full blast. I have to keep my phone close to here. That sucks. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, guys. Feeling Care says Cooks. We got Nico, Davis Mills. Alex is a big Davis Mills believer. I see. James Williams, Brandon Cooks, or Philip Lindsay. Cooks, Offensive Player of the Year, Lindsay. Nico Collins is Alpha's MVP. Ooh. Alrighty. Philip Lindsay's my best guess. Yes. Who do I have written down? I got Lindsay. He was in my running for most valuable player, and I think he's going to be the best offensive player on this team if the Texans offensive line can get their shit together. We've heard all off season about the Texans coaches just talking about improving the run game, getting back to the run game, running the ball more. And I think, if I heard that answer last year, I'd be a little pissed off because last year we had Deshaun Watson. Last year we had Fuller, Cooks, and Cobb. Last year we had amazing pass protection. Not amazing, but it was like borderline top 10. And we were behind in a lot of games, and so you need to pass the ball. It was frustrating whenever they ran the ball, right? But this year, it's a clean slate, sort of. You don't have Deshaun Watson. You have Tyrod Taylor instead. And so he ain't going to be slinging the rock like Deshaun. Let's not get it twisted. He's a good quarterback, but let's not get it twisted. And so he needs a strong complementary running game to help him out, to make his job easier. And that's going to make the defense's job easier. We can kill some clock, keep the offensive on the field longer, and keep the defense off of the field longer, right? So having a run game is definitely beneficial. And it seems like they want to pound the rock, and so Lindsay should be the biggest benefactor of that. Now I'm seeing a lot of Lindsay's in the chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping he can get 1,000 yards a la Carlos Hyde. I hear you, Chris. I think it's possible, man. I think it's possible. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the running back rotation turns out, because we're still paying David Johnson as the highest paid running back on the team, so you have to imagine that he's going to get some snaps. I think we've been talking about a lot how he's going to be more of a third down back, but we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, Mark Ingram, goal line back. You got guys like Scotty Phillips, Buddy Howell, who showed a little bit last year, but didn't really get enough of an opportunity yet. So do you play the vets? Do you play the young guys? Who knows? So we'll see. I think the snap share that Lindsay receives will be huge, man. That'll be huge if he can get 1,000 yards or not. All right, that's my offensive player of the year. The only other guys that would really be in consideration, I think, are Cooks, like an offensive lineman like Tunsil, or Nico Collins, man, if he really shows out. TexansThoughts Jordan is my MVP, and I'll put my money on it. Let's go, Alpha. Thank you, my guy. Thank you. I got y'all. Okay, defensive player of the year now. Who do we think our defensive player of the year is going to be? Put it in the chat. I want to hear what you want to say. And then I'll give you all my answer. Lot of new faces on defense for the Texans, and so it can be hard to predict who's going to ball out. Is it going to be a young guy like Justin Reed, trying to earn that next contract, prove the doubt is wrong, he's finally healthy? And the first name I see from Chris is Justin Reed. There you go. Ryan, though, says Cunningham. Ryan is high on the Cunningham train, and I hear you. Beige is right with him. And so let's talk about Cunningham real quick. Had a down year. No way to sugarcoat it last year. Coming off of a new contract. So, that's what typically happens. You get a little bit complacent. But now let's see the bounce back season out of him, because we know he can play at a Pro Bowl level. We know he can lead the league in tackles and is one of the best run stuffing weak side linebackers in the NFL. Absolutely. But my reasons for skepticism about him is because of a lack of talent kind of around him. His natural position, weak side linebacker, you need big boy DTs to go stuff the run, to hold double teams, so that your weak side linebacker can run free. Doesn't have to take on blocks himself and can just eat. He can just clean up the tackles. That's what makes Cunningham really good, when he's got DTs in front of him like DJ Reader. So that was part of the reason why he had a down year last year, in addition to the factors I mentioned before. But we still don't really have that on the team. And so that's why I'm not too high on Cunningham having a big season. And then you talk about adding guys like Kevin Pierre-Louis, guys like Joe Thomas, who I think are going to steal third down snaps from him. And so that's why I'm not that high on Cunningham. But I agree with y'all. James, Tyler, it's Desmond King, baby. It's Desmond King. This is his season to reprove himself and show the league why he was a Pro Bowler before, why he's a turnover machine, one of the smartest dudes on the field. And I'm happy, man, to finally have that nickel cornerback on our team. We've never had that. We've never had that stud of a nickel cornerback. And so I hope he can get back to his form that he had with the Chargers. I think going to this more zone-heavy scheme should work, man. It should work for him. So he's going to be my defensive player of the year. I think the other main candidate that I haven't seen yet, is Shaq Lawson. I think it's easy to forget that trade that we made with the Dolphins. Great trade. Shaq Lawson and a pick for BMAC, something like that. Maybe we give a pick and BMAC for Shaq Lawson, but basically BMAC for Shaq Lawson. And I think there's a good chance he leads us in sacks. And he's not even like a big time sack guy. He's more of a run defender. But I think just having his presence on the edge, it's going to be kind of refreshing. He's going to set the edge in run defense. He's going to play strong. He's going to do all the dirty work and the little things. And so I think maybe he's not going to rack up so many tackle for losses, but his impact will definitely be felt and it'll make his teammates better. How about a custom award, most improved? Most improved is what we just did. I said Titus or Blacklock. We did most improved, my guy. But we got a lot of a lot of awards to go. All right, most of y'all saying Jerry, Cunningham. I hear Lonnie. Lonnie would be nice, man. Lonnie would be nice for show. I think having a full off season where he can actually train at safety will do him wonders. Will do him wonders for sure. Okay, offensive. So now I got offensive and defensive rookie of the year. I think these ones are pretty easy. Offensive, it's got to be Nico Collins, man. He's pretty much, in my opinion, the only guy who's gonna get legit snaps. I think he slots in to the wide receiver 2 spot pretty easily. On the outside, you got Cooks on one side, you got Collins on the other side, you got Cobb in the slot. And I think it just works, man. I think he's a great compliment there. So I think it's going to be Nico Collins for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Nico Collins all the way. Nico season, yes, sir. How many touchdowns has Tyrod thrown this year? I give him, let me see how much he usually does. Tyrod Taylor stats. Let me share my screen for y'all. Let me make sure it's actually on the right screen. There we are. Tyrod Taylor. How many touchdowns are you going to get, Alpha? Wait, was it Alpha who asked the question? It was Alpha. I knew it. So, boy averages around, let's say, 17. So I would probably guess around that as well. High teens, low 20s out of Tyrod. How many does he rush for? They ain't got no rush. Oh, this is passing. Rushing and receiving. He adds another 4 to 6 to 4. So another 5 touchdowns via rushing. Solid. All right. What was my thing? Offensive Rookie of the Year, I said Nico. Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's kind of hard there. It's either Wallow or it's Lopez. I'm not so sure that either of them are going to make the roster, or not make the roster, start and get significant snaps because there's just so many vets in front of them. I think Lopez maybe has a better chance because there's less DTs than linebackers for Wallow to compete with. So I'll go big boy Roy Lopez. I think I don't know that he's going to make a great impact, but out of the two guys, I think he'll make the better impact. Unless Wallow is just a killer on special teams. That's also possible. Reader come back. Man, he was so good. Garrett, Dirty 30. Roy Lopez. All right. Next one on my list, I got best free agent. Who do we think is going to be the best free agent signing? Nick Damn Casserole signed the entire damn cabinet of free agents to throw into his casserole. And he's trying to make it work, man. But which free agent do we think it's going to be? Is it going to be Desmond King, Phillip Lindsay, Christian Kirksey? Who y'all think? Okay, I don't think it's going to be Christian Kirksey. I'll say that right now. King, GM of the year, casserole of the year, man. King or Lindsay, that's where I'm at too. Those are the two names I had down on my list. Yeah, man. I think it's going to be King, but if the offensive line can improve the run blocking, it might be Lindsay, man. It might be Lindsay. Lindsay's underrated, man. Lindsay is so underrated. He's lost some weight because last year he wanted to put on, or Denver wanted him to put on some muscle to be more durable, but he's lost some weight now. He's back to where he was playing as a rookie and I believe sophomore for the Broncos. And so I think, man, this dude's going to be even faster than we saw him last year, which is crazy. Robert. Ooh, Andre Roberts. I think it's easy to forget about him, but he's a good pickup too, man. He's a good pickup to boost the special team, the return game. He'll take some to the house. He'll get big gains out to like midfield, get you great field position, and that's super underrated, man. And I think the main point is just that he's pretty dependable. We ain't got no more Butterfingers back there, so that'll be nice. Taylor, hopefully, if Tyrod Taylor is our best free agent signing, that would be crazy. Questenberry's little brother at tight end. Is he still on the team, man? I don't even know. All right, next award is going to be Comeback Player of the Year. Who's going to have the best comeback season? Whether it's a guy coming off of injury like Jordan Jenkins. Made a video about him up on the channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Or maybe it's a guy like Malik Collins, who statistically had a horrible season for the Raiders. And I listed the reasons why that happened in my video. It's on the channel too. Check that out as well. Who else? Who else could be comeback player of the year? Maybe it's a guy like... It could be Lindsey. I mean, he wasn't injured. Well, he was a little bit injured, but he didn't have that great of a statistical season. Titus Howard, James says. Ryan says Cobb. Cobb would be interesting. If Cobb is healthy, I think he's still a positive at the slot position. Definitely. Info Snapchat said our most underrated players, Jordan Akins and not Cunningham. What the fuck? Jordan Akins is mad annoying sometimes, man. Because he's got all the athletic ability to be great. But he's just inconsistent, and he's got to work on his routes. But I do agree, man. He's I think around the league, Jordan Akins is a pretty underrated player. Tyler says Justin Reed. Mike goes with Titus. Titus didn't even have a bad season. I don't know what y'all thinking. Roby. Ooh, Roby's a good one. I always forget about Roby, low key. Reed. I think Reed has a very good shot. I think it's between Reed and Jordan Jenkins for me. Because Reed is going to be so damn motivated. We always talk about these vets signing these 1-year prove-it deals, and they are going to be motivated. Well, Reed's essentially in the same spot. He's in a contract year. Rookie contract is done. He's trying to get paid. And, after his rookie season, it looked like this is the type of player that we're going to have to pay big time. Right? And that might have factored into some of the decisions like letting DJ Reader go so that we have the money later down the road to go pay Justin Reed. But now we get to the point, do we want to pay him really? I'm not paying him top dollar, not off of his past 2 seasons. But if he has kind of a resurgent year, gets back to his rookie form or better, oh, you got to pay him. You got to keep him because he's going to be a leader of your secondary. So I hear you on that, man. The whole team could be on the list for this. True, man. It's a group of hungry vets who are trying to reestablish their reputation in the league. My pick is going to be Jordan Jenkins. Malik Collins, and then Justin Reed are probably my backups, my runner-ups. All right, biggest surprise. That's my next award. Biggest surprise. Who do we think? Who is a player that people are sleeping on, but we are going to be pleasantly surprised when we see them play on Sunday? Felon Carrier, Angel Ronquillo. Cunningham, the most tackles in the league. Ooh. James Williams says, what about Britt? He could be one too. It's hard to tell. I wouldn't put my money on him. It's possible because he's also in a scenario where he's coming off of a year of not playing football, so it's definitely that aspect of the comeback part is there. But it's hard to judge how good he's gonna be when we haven't seen him in a year. But it's possible, man. Vernon Hargreaves for the most surprising player. Oh dang. Okay, Hargreaves Island. Out you. Reese King goes with Cooks, most surprising player. I feel like the hype is around Cooks. I feel like people wouldn't be surprised if he balls out. If he puts up another 1,000+ yard season, to be honest, I will be surprised actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, 1,000+, I'll be a little surprised. Just because of how much we're gonna run the ball, Tyrod Taylor, and I don't think he's a true wide receiver one. But that's the story for another day. DJ, David Johnson. Oh man. Angel says, don't try to pronounce it. My bad, my guy. I apologize. Shaq. Ooh, I like Shaq. What was the question? The question was biggest surprise. Who's going to be the biggest surprise on the team? Someone we're sleeping on and is going to be pleasantly a good player, a good addition, man. We got Cobb out of beige. Okay. I feel like people forgetting about Cobb. That's fair. Isaiah Coulter, man. Sam. I hope Isaiah Coulter. I love Isaiah Coulter. He's always a potential pick. Let's see if we can get the snaps, man. If some guys go down, we need him to step up. We do. Davis Mills from Alpha. Ooh. He gonna be surprising everyone on the bench. Best bench warmer. Ooh. Goddamn. We got Shaq. We got DJ. More Cobbs. Ooh, okay. None of y'all said my one. My biggest surprise, who I think will be the biggest surprise on the team, is Kevin Pierre-Louis, the linebacker we signed from Washington. And I think he's going to be the biggest surprise just because there's pretty much no hype around him right now. Most people don't know his name when he was signed. To be honest with you, I didn't know how good he was when he was signed. I thought he was just another nobody, just another one of these 72,000 linebackers that we had signed. But then that's why I love the film, man. You watch the film on Kevin Pierre-Louis, and you see an athlete. Ooh, you see an athlete at the linebacker position. This dude is fast. This dude is quick. He's agile. He runs sideline to sideline at the same level that Zach Cunningham can. And he covers 10 times better, man. Covers 10 times better. And so I think he's going to get a lot of those third down snaps, covering zones on the sideline in the middle of the field. He's going to look good there, man. He's going to be probably the best coverage linebacker we've had in 5-7 years. How good is KPL's blitzing ability? He's not really a blitzer. That's not really what you want to ask him to do. He's a little bit lighter. He's a little lighter in the pants, and so he don't do too well with blocks. He don't do too good in the trenches, like being physical like that. But you play him in space, ask him to cover, you're golden. You're golden. What is so special with the film, Jordan? Because the film don't lie. Y'all know the deal. Come on. Y'all know the deal. Luke goes with John Grenard. I hope John Grenard, man. That would be great. I was high on him out of college, out of Florida. And I've talked about it a lot, but him going to D-end is the best thing for him. The best thing for him. Just focus on getting after the quarterback. No more dropping in coverage. Allows him to play faster, easier. I like it, man. I like it. But yeah, that's my biggest surprise. KPL. I think he's going to be a damn good cover linebacker for us. I do. Best one we've had in years. All right, this award, I kind of didn't want to say this one, but we've had a lot of positive awards, and I think one negative award could be maybe most disappointing. Maybe who's a player who, you know, either the team is hyping up or other people are hyping up that you just don't believe in. For me, it's going to be Marcus Cannon. Especially if Marcus Cannon starts at right tackle. Please do not do that. Please do not start Marcus Cannon right tackle. All right? He hasn't been a good right tackle for about 3 years, probably 2-3 years. And then he didn't even play last year. So, like, I just don't think. Yeah. Terrence Mitchell is another one for me. I made a video on him recently. I just think he's a very, very average and very, very inconsistent cornerback. Maybe not even average, a little bit below average. He's going to look like an upgrade over Hargraves and Gaines, don't get me wrong. But I don't think so, man. Howard at right tackle, Cannon right guard. There you go, Chris. Chris has got it. That's the way to do it. If Cannon is going to be a starter, that's the way to do it, man. Don't mess with Titus. David Johnson might be a disappointment. Cobb, Tyrod, DJ. I think DJ might be a disappointment as well. Just with how much money we're paying him. We're paying him literally 4 or 5 times as much as we're paying Philip Lindsay and Mark Ingram, which is crazy. But Davis Mills, ouch. Easy pick is Mark Ingram. Interesting. I think with Ingram, it could be that could be a disappointment in a sense of what your expectations are for him. Mark Ingram, we've always thought about him with the Saints. Bruising running back, one of the best in the game. In the first few years with the Ravens, he was very good in that role as well. But I think he's transitioned to the point in his career where he's more of a rotational guy and more of a goal line guy, short yardage guy. You bring him in 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. When you're on the goal line, you just need that one extra yard. You need that dude to be just punched through the line like that. That's going to be Mark Ingram's job on this team, in my opinion. Yeah, for the price, David Johnson. Yeah, Kiki. Ooh, I like that one, Ryan. I like that one. I think we're still hanging on to hope with Kiki. Bill O'Brien's out. So let's see if he was the problem or was Kiki the problem now. Kiki had a good end of the season, in my opinion. He showed, man, he's one of the better athletes at the slot wide receiver position. He can make plays. But we'll see, man. We'll see if he can even get some snaps above Cobb. It'd probably take a Cobb injury. What's the question? The question was most disappointing. I said Marcus Cannon for me if he starts at right tackle. Another guy I think is I've been up and down on this signing for a while, but Christian Kirksey, linebacker from the Packers. He's always been more of a run stuffer and not that good in coverage, and I didn't want another linebacker like that. And then I watched some of his film, and I saw, he can do some Mike Tampa 2 stuff. That's probably the best area that he was in coverage, just running straight back and trying to cover deep. He has the foot speed for that. But I don't know. I'm not that confident in his abilities and him starting at Mike. I'm not too confident about it. So I'm just throwing that out there. But let's move on to the next question, and this one comes from Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, Texans_thoughts, what you doing? But this one is from big time and super serious Mavs fan at Fond of Houston Sports. He says, quote unquote, the young guy earns a new contract award. So that's going to be the award that we're going to talk about now. Which young guy do we think is going to have such a good season that he earns himself a new contract? Talked about Justin Reed before. I think he's probably the main candidate for this award. Is put up or shut up for Reed. We know he can ball. Let's see if that was only because he had Tyrann Mathieu, Kareem Jackson around him, make his job easier. Talent on that defense, a better pass rush that year, or if he's really good. I'm leaning to the latter, not to the former. I think he's got it. He's an athlete. He's smart. But hey, man, we gotta see. So I think Reed is probably gonna be my pick. What y'all thinking? I see a Chad Hansen. Hansen was cut, unfortunately. Can be Havoc. Unfortunately, I like Chad. I thought he showed some things. Collins gonna earn his contract already in his rookie year. That's how damn good he gonna be. He can be so damn good. Texans gotta be like, hey, we maxing this dude. We maxing this dude out once his rookie contract up. Get that extension ready. Charles Omenihu. Ooh, I like that one. He's in the same draft classes. No, he wasn't in the same draft class as Jay Reed, so he's not in a contract year. He's the year after, right? Who else was in the Justin Reed draft class year? Justin Reed draft pick. That was the year we didn't have no first or seconds, right? That was the 2018 draft. Okay. Houston Texans 2018 draft class. Who else is going to be a free agent? Let's look at the guys who are going to be in a position where they need to fight for a new contract. 2018. So Justin Reed, he's going to be number one. Jordan Akins is another guy, man. It's going to be tough for him. Because he is going on, 28 now? Yeah, 28. He'll be 29 soon. And so if you're thinking about signing him, it's got to be to a short-term deal. I ain't signing him for 4 years at 29 years old. It's got to be a 2-3 year deal. So that'll be interesting to Akins. And I think, honestly, the odds of him being re-signed are pretty low with the Brevin Jordan pickup. They're just two similar players. Brevin Jordan has a higher ceiling. He's younger, just as athletic, and he can play that same role, man. So I don't think Jordan Akins would be the guy. Kiki QT could be another option. Young guy to have a breakout season and earn himself a contract. And you look at the rest of the roster, man. Or rest of the draft picks, they gone. So it's got to be QT or Jay Reed, really, out of this draft class. Interesting. King could be another one. King's still relatively young, so I guess that counts. Titus Howard's an interesting one for sure. Could get those extension talks going. Deshaun Watson, he already got paid, bro. He got paid handsomely. Does Martin's contract expire this season? Jacob, the GOAT. I gotta check. Jacob Martin contract. I think it does. I think you're right. Oh, it's gotta be the GOAT then. What year are we in? It's 2021. Okay. It ends 2021, man. Oh, man. 26 years old. He's going to be the guy. Never mind Jay Reed. It's Martin the GOAT, man. Come on. He going to earn it. He going to fight into that starting role. He going to get 37 sacks, 24 tackle for losses, 102 tackles. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a movie. All right. Most frustrating player to watch. This was another one from big time and super serious Mavs fan. Shout out to the Mavs dysfunction. Very Texans-like, but that's a story for another day. Most frustrating player to watch. And he said, in brackets, Vernon Hargreaves III is the reigning champ, in my opinion. So who's going to be the Vernon Hargreaves of the next season? Maybe we should just call this the Vernon Hargreaves Award. Realistically, what is Martin's ceiling? Realistically, I think a guy who is like a super sub, a guy who you bring in on third down, your pass rush specialist, and can get you 5, 6, on a good year, 7 sacks, 8 sacks maybe. I think he's been done pretty criminally wrong by the coaching staff, but I think that's kind of his ceiling, man. A realistic one. All right, so this was the award that we're talking about right now is most frustrating player to watch. Most frustrating player to watch. Ryan says Marcus Cannon. Oh boy, I feel you on that. He is one slow motherfucker. One slow Tyrod. Oh man, I hope it's not Tyrod. Oh, I can't endure more bad quarterback play, man. We finally got Watson. We finally stopped the bad quarterback play. I can't have it no more. DJ. Oof, DJ was frustrating last year for sure. I think he's definitely got to be high up there just because of the contract, the trade, and yeah, man, and still remaining on this team. I don't know how, but thank God Gaines is gone. I hear you, Beige. Absolutely. I think our interior offensive line, namely the left guard and center. So you're thinking maybe Britt and whoever starts the left guard. I hear you. It's there's a lot up in the air right now, so it's hard to tell. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Merciless. Oh, that's going to be frustrating. Oh, it's going to be so frustrating if he's starting, because this man should not be starting. And I would love for him to prove me wrong. I would love for him to have a comeback year, resurgent year where he looks 24 years old again. But Father Time hurts, man. Father Time hurts your knees, your shoulders, your back. I don't know, man. It would be frustrating to watch him start over guys like Jonathan Grenard, over guys like Jordan Jenkins, Jacob Martin, and not even just start, but if he's getting more snaps than them, kill me now, man. Kill me now. Kill me now. Top 2 quarterback in Texans history, baby. Deshaun, definitely. Waring would be frustrating because he was a 3rd round pick. He was a bit of a reach, and we just feel like we've never gotten a lot to see out of him. And so when we finally do get to see him, if he's a letdown, oh, that would be frustrating. I feel your pain on that one, man. I feel your pain. There will be just plenty of rotation, I feel. Just want the same starting 5 in the offensive line. Yeah, just so they can build that chemistry and cohesion. I hear you, Beige. All right, next question. Again, we got the 3rd question from our boy Big Time Super Serious Math Fan. He says, random/new player who becomes a fan favorite. Who is going to be the fan favorite of the year? Fan favorite of the year, maybe a guy that we're not expecting to be. Who y'all think? Maybe the most likable player, player you want to like root for the most, basically like that. I think some of the guys I have on my list, KPL, just because I think, we don't really expect a lot of him, and so he shows some good stuff. It's gonna be like, hell yeah, we found hidden treasure, right? I also think I'll give y'all my second name after I read y'all comments. Nico Collins, Ryan says. Become fan favorite. Roy Lopez, big boy Roy. Jordan Jenkins, I can see that, Matthew. I can see that. I love Jenkins. Roy Lopez or Davis Mills. Ooh, if Davis Mills manages to change my mind, to change like about half the fan base's mind, that would be crazy. I would love that. KMB Havoc says Lindsey or Tyrod. Beige and Ryan be on that Roy Lopez train. I see y'all. Roberts, Jordan Jenkins, I think. True, we did him wrong. Yes, sir, man, we did him wrong. Brevin. John Weeks got cut and re-signed, so can I have him be the winner? I guess he's technically a new player. Nah. Blacklock would be great, man. I would love for Blacklock too. He's a 2nd round pick, man. He's our highest ranking, most recent draft pick. Is that how I would word it? I guess so. I don't know. So the hope for him is still there, in my opinion. But the name that I want to throw out there is Mark Ingram. And not so much because of his performance on the field, but more so just from a hilarity and a fun and a content kind of way. He's just a fun dude to watch. The post-game conferences from him are going to be fun. I think he's an ultimate teammate guy, like a locker room guy who going to bring all the guys together, make sure we're all having a good time this season. So that's my pick, man. That's my pick for What was the question? Random/new player who becomes a fan favorite. Mark Ingram. I think people are going to love him. People are going to love him. All right. And now to some statistical stuff I wanted to do. Who is going to win the award for leading the team in sacks? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Shaq Lawson? Whitney? I can't even say it. That dude. Is it going to be Shaq Lawson, Jordan Jenkins, Charles Omenihu, John Grenard, Malik Collins? How about most improved position unit? Okay, I like that, Mike. We're going to do that right after this one. Sack leader. It can't be Philip Lindsay, Angel. Shaq with Devion says. James says Charles. We got Jenkins. Okay, I think that's going to be the three consensus. Shaq, Charles, Jenkins. It might come down to just who gets the most snaps, man. If they are playing Charles in this third down interior defensive lineman role where he just gets to rush the passer and just bull rush folks with his long ass arms and his power, his strength, I can see him having a good 6-sack season. For sure. I think Jenkins should definitely be up there if he gets enough snaps, gets the start. I think he'd put up more sacks than Lawson if he started. Shaq Lawson, Collins, Ryan. You know my love for Collins, man. Malik Collins, if he returns to the Dallas Collins that we've seen, if we play him in that role where he's just getting one-on-ones versus guards, don't got to run no twists, no stunts no more. Ooh, it could be Collins. I could see a 5, 6, 7 sack season out of him too. The GOAT. Chris knows. The GOAT. The GOAT Martin. That's the right answer. That's the only answer. Jacob, the GOAT Martin, going to lead the team in sacks, man. Ooh, double digits, boy. Let's beg Mario Williams to come out of retirement. Oh, man. He'd be playing with one leg, basically. I said Lindsay for player I'm rooting for the most. Okay, my bad. Loved him in Denver. Yes, sir, man. Nice. Brandon Jacobs, sign the man. Get the, what is he? 340-pound man beast. Sign him. Why not? Okay, David Pope, most improved position group. That's going to be our next award. That's a tough one. Most improved position group. I want to say edge or running back. I want to say edge or running back. Just because Merciless was dog water. Scarlet was dog water. So going to Lawson and Jenkins, having Grenard potentially improving and Martin potentially improving, that could be huge. Running back, obviously, because Philip Lindsay taking the starting role from David Johnson, going to be huge, I think. And I think you're just deeper there with Johnson becoming third down back, with Mark Ingram becoming the goal line back. I still am high on Scotty Phillips. I think he can be great. What y'all saying? Y'all saying secondary? I want to agree with secondary just because of King, with Roby not being suspended no more. Justin Reed and Lonnie Johnson hopefully looking more comfortable at safety. It's just Terrence Mitchell's holding me back, and Vernon Hargreaves is still on this damn roster. That's making me damn worried. Gotta say linebacker, Ryan says. That's possible. That is possible. Got a lot of new faces in there. And now the most step back position. Yeah, pretty much like that, Reese's. What was the way you put it? David Pope. Weakest position group. What's the position group that's going to take the biggest step back? I think it's easily what Beige says is the masseuses. They are the weakest position group, man. God damn, they tanking the team. But nah, it's got to be quarterback, man. It's got to be quarterback. Going from Deshaun to Tyrod, not even close. But I think Ryan makes a good point. Wide receiver as well. The loss of Will Fuller is going to hurt me, man. It's going to hurt me, and we're going to see it this year. We're going to see it. It's going to hurt me. But hopefully Nico Collins can make up for that a little bit. DT was bad last year, man. It was bad last year. It's probably bottom 5, bottom 3 in terms of defensive tackles last year. So I find it tough. That's going to get much worse. We're still going to be playing Brandon Dunn there. I think Collins is an upgrade over PJ Hall. I think Jaleel Johnson is an upgrade over PJ Hall. So I don't know about DT. Quarterback. Was tough seeing Fulham in Miami. It was tough, man. It was tough. He looked cold though. I'm gonna be rooting for him. Miami's probably one of my other teams that I'm probably gonna root for. Not like follow, but just I see them get a win, I'm gonna be happy, you know. Middle linebacker, going from BMAC to Kirksey. I think that's a little bit of a step down too, but not much. Not by much. BMAC was horrid in coverage, man. And so I think replacing him with a guy like Joe Thomas to play in coverage, we'll be fine there. Okay, getting back to some of the statistical stats. I can't speak. But Statistical Awards. Who's going to lead the team in PBUs/interceptions? I'm just going to bunch them together. Who in the secondary? Maybe it's not even a secondary. Maybe it's a linebacker. But who do we think is going to lead the team in PBUs/interceptions? Who do we think? Looking in the secondary. Looking at my list. I got Roby. I think it's definitely between Roby and King. Roby's always been that guy, that aggressive playmaker to get interceptions. And he dropped hella last year. So if he can just secure those, man, I think it could be Roby. But it's a close runner-up for King. As well. I just think Roby will be kind of targeted more. And so he'll thus get more PBUs. JOK should have been a Texan. Oh, don't. Oh, Reese's. Oh, why you gotta bring that back up? It was so close, man. We should have traded up for him. It was about like 14 picks. We could have had him, man. So close. He would have led us in PBUs. Absolutely. I put in the order. I see it happening. Ryan said, Ling. Who's Ling? Oh, King. Never mind. I'm stupid. King, Roby, then Reed, then Lonnie. I'd probably go Roby, King, Reed, then Mitchell. Mitchell just because he had hella PBUs last year, and he's going to get targeted a lot. And so just based on the nature of the position and luck, he going to get some PBUs. So I think Mitchell could be up there, man. He could be up there. All right, next one is going to be touchdown leader. I got some interesting answers for this one. Who's going to lead the team in touchdowns? Who's going to lead the team, and not including quarterbacks, like wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. Who we thinking, y'all? Who are we thinking? Gotta put glue on Roby's hands. Oh, definitely. That'd be nice. Get some stickum in there. Why not? All right. So the question was, who's gonna lead the team in touchdowns? And y'all be saying Lindsey, Nico, Cooks, Lindsey, Nico, Ingram with 9. I like your answer, Mike. I think an underrated name, honestly, is Mark Ingram. He gonna get the goal line reps, and I think that could be the move. Where I'm picturing this offense scoring touchdowns, it's not in the big play variety. It's not with Will Fuller going down for a 50-yard touchdown. And I don't think Brandon Cooks is going to be that guy either. And so where I see us scoring touchdowns is when we actually get down to the goal line. And when you picture the offense is down on the goal line, who you going to give the rock to? It's going to be Mark Ingram. It ain't going to be little Phil Lindsay. It shouldn't be David Johnson. It could be Nico Collins throwing the fades up to him. But by the nature of him being a rookie, I'm just not too sure about it. So I go Ingram, and my runner-up... Actually, no. Ingram's my runner-up. But my number one is probably going to be a little bit of a controversial answer here. And that is actually Pharaoh Brown. I think Pharaoh Brown is going to have a Darren Fells type of season in 2019, where that dude led the league in touchdowns. I don't know if Pharaoh's going to lead the league in touchdowns, but I think he's going to get 7, 8, something like that. And so I think, like what I was talking about before, when you're picturing the team on the goal line, you're either going to be handing the ball off to Ingram, or you're going to throw it up to your big body tight end. And Pharaoh Brown's a big dude. So we can run these little hitch routes, these little pivot routes, these little fade routes, find little holes in the zone defense. And I think that might be your best option, man. And Tyrod Taylor, he loves throwing to his tight ends. He's always loved throwing to his tight ends. So I'm hoping that those two can create a good chemistry. And I think he could have a Darren Fells-like season like that. That's my little bold prediction, my little hot take, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to miss Fuller, man. I hear y'all. Or Cooks. Caught with the crossing route in the red zone for once. Just see that slant that D-Hop would always kill people on. That would be nice. All right, last award that I have here on my list is Coach of the Year, man. It's Coach of the Year. Coming in from Ryan. Ryan, do you want to call in for this one? Get your thoughts. I'll give y'all my thoughts. But who do we think the Coach of the Year is going to be? Who do we think the Coach of the Year is going to be? We can get Ryan to call into the stream because he's a Texans Thoughts team lead. And look at him, he's already there. So Ryan, been supporting the channel for a minute. If y'all want to join the team, the link's in the description. You get exclusive content, videos, exclusive access to our Discord. There's 2 tiers. If you get the highest tier, you get to call into the stream. And we get to talk ball. It's fun, man. It's a fun time. Ryan says, bet. So here we go. Lewis. What coach is named Lewis? I don't know, but my coach of the year, I think it's either gonna be James Campen if the O-line coach, if he keeps Titus at right tackle, and we see that improvement. I think it's very easy for it to be James Campen. Get Titus to the Pro Bowl level I think he can play at, and get Sharping back to the solid guy he looked like as a rookie. I think it could be Campen for sure. My other answer would be Robert Prince, the wide receiver coach. We got him from the Lions. Always had great reviews from guys like Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, Danny Amendola, guys like that. And so easing that transition for Nico Collins is going to be huge for him. Getting guys like Isaiah Coulter improved, that's going to be huge too. So I think those are my top guys. I forgot about Pep Hamilton. Love Pep Hamilton. I think it's going to be a little harder to see where he's helping this team just because, his focus is going to be mainly on Davis Mills. And I'm not so sure how much Davis Mills is going to play this year. And I'm not so sure how much he should play this year because he's raw. But yeah, that's why I say the other guys. But I do love Pep Hamilton. Pep Hamilton for head coach. All right, we're going to get to talk to Ryan now, one of our Texans Thoughts team leaders. If you want to join the team, link's in the description. I said it enough now. Ryan. My guy, how you doing? How's your Thursday going?
Going well, man. It's going well.
Awesome.
How about you?
I'm chilling. I am sweating in my little room here because I don't know, man. It's hot. It's summer weather, and I'm sweating, so I'm ready to.
Don't forget, up north, y'all don't have AC like we do in the south.
We don't, and it's so annoying. You would think a place like Vancouver would have freaking AC. Man. So that really sucks. I'm steaming up. I gotta take a shower after this. Cool down. I might have to go for a run.
We looked in Oregon and it was like,
God damn.
when it got up to 90s in the summer, you had no AC. We went, we got a fan. That's all you can do.
Ooh, okay, 1 second. They say that we can barely hear you. Let me turn you up because I know I turned you down from last time because I was quiet. Bum. Wait, talk real quick. Okay, I know where to go.
Last time.
Yeah. Okay, that should be better. All right. Okay, so this was your question, Ryan, and I appreciate you for asking it, but who do you think is going to be the Texans Coach of the Year?
I honestly think it's going to be Robert Prince. With what we're hearing about Nico Collins, and then we have also the opportunity for Kiki to step up, and then see Isaiah Coulter. I don't know how to say his last name, really.
I think it's Coulter.
Coulter. But you can see Kiki and Coulter step up.
Yeah.
If we see that, then I got to say Bill O'Brien was the problem.
Oof.
But we also get to see a rookie potentially ball out. We're bringing in all these vets.
Yeah.
I think we're all seeing improve there. But I think Greg Jackson might be in the running. If he can turn Lonnie and Reed around, he's going to be way up there. if those two guys have great seasons.
Oh shit,
And I
it's
love
overtime.
Pep. I'm hyped for Pep, but we're I don't want to put too much pressure on Pep doing all the work with a third round quarterback who I don't I don't think is NFL ready yet,
Yeah.
but is probably the closest one that was available at that point mentally.
Hmm.
But it's putting that mental with the physical all together. And that's going to be the course of this season. Next season, we're going to be like, oh, Pep Hamilton is great. Look what he did. But this season, it's going to be he's working with Tyrod. How much can you really change Tyrod after working with him?
Yeah. Tyrod
You know?
Tyrod is who he is at this point. There's not a whole lot that he's gonna improve.
And so, like, I like Robert Prince for this.
Yeah, I think I'm with you as well. I think that's probably the safe bet. I think he probably has the best track record out of all the position coaches. It's probably him and Campen. Um,
Oh, yeah.
Great reviews out of the players from the Lions, and like you said, man, I forgot about Kiki. I always forget about Kiki, but I mean, he honestly, do you think Kiki should get snaps over Cobb? Because I kind of think he should.
I think they need to split it pretty evenly between those two.
Yeah.
Cobb is up there in age. He also just got off an injury. So I wouldn't want to put him back in there to get injured again. I'd want to keep him fresh.
Mm.
So if we are in the red zone, I trust Cobb in the red zone more than I would Kiki.
You
I'd
scarred from
rather
that last Colts game.
well, I remember when we got Cobb, I went and actually just started watching film. This was before I watched your YouTube. I was watching his film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this guy's a better red zone threat than what we have. And learning more and more and getting into football more, I'm like, hey, I like Cobb in the slot in the red zone. He's a big body receiver for a slot. He has the frame and he
Yeah.
can make those catches. So I think if we're in the end zone and we're throwing the ball, it's going to be Nico and Cobb you're looking at in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
And if Cobb has an improved year, we're all going to attribute that to Prince. So there's so much upside with the receiving core right there. I don't think it can go anywhere else unless
Yeah.
our two safeties really turn around.
Yeah. We'll get to the safeties in a second. I want to talk about Cobb and your thoughts on him in the red zone. I think I agree. I think I he's more dependable than Kiki would be in the red zone. And I think with Kiki, you want to utilize him in space. You want to use him when you have the full field to your advantage because he's fast, he's quick. That's where you can
He's
make some of
young.
those big plays. Yeah, exactly. And then
Oh,
Cobb,
yeah.
he's more of the smart, the wily veteran, right? He knows how to find the holes in zone coverage. And that's really, really important down in the red zone. And he also has really good feet. I see it in the chat. Can be Havoc says feet and body control. And it takes me back to the touchdown he had. Oh, what team was it? I forget, but a great touchdown he had. Packers, you said?
Yeah, there was one with the Packers. It was just like
That
he was
fadeaway.
dragging his toes,
Yeah.
and they're both down before he catches the ball, I think, and he catches the ball. The DB is just like, oh, that's definitely out. Watch the replay, you can see the little bits of turf pop up.
It was nice, man. The toe drag swag. What's up, Gerard? How you doing? But
And so, like,
yeah,
I agree with everything you said. I'd rather give Kiki the open field. He's younger. He's the guy who, all right, if he just ran like 40 yards, I don't want Cobb running 40 yards at a time. I want him
he gonna need an
in a
oxygen mask.
controlled environment where he won't get gassed.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I think when we start getting players gassed, we start messing up. So as long as we keep our older veterans from getting gassed, we're going to be good. And that way we can see the young guys step up. And Kiki did step up a lot. He also messed up by trying to do a little too much, but that gets
Yeah.
fixed with experience.
Yeah, and I think that whole idea about getting gassed is an interesting one because something that we've struggled through with the Bill O'Brien years is definitely having, a deeper roster that you can sub guys in and not see too much of a drop off. And I think that's something that is really easily seen on defense more so. I always think of the end of our drives in the red zone defense. Guys are standing with their hands on their hips, on their knees. They're breathing heavy, and our red zone defenses have always sucked recently. And so I think a large part of that is because they're gassed and they don't have the guys that we can sub them out for, right? And so I think a similar, not exactly the same, but similar idea for offense. And we talked about the wide receiver position and guys being potentially gassed. If you're not gassed, if you're fresh, you can run your routes to 100%. And that has a big difference. If we can rotate guys in, have maybe your starters are Cooks, Collins, and Cobb, and every few plays in a drive, you can rotate in Chris Conley on the outside. You can rotate in Kiki QT in the slot. You can give Isaiah Coulter a few snaps here and there, see what he's got. And that gives your wide receivers a chance to play 110% all the time and run away from these damn cornerbacks, because the cornerbacks ain't getting subbed out too much, right? So I think that's an interesting point.
And like our rosters, we have a good mix on our roster. It's obviously very vet heavy.
Yeah.
But I think some of the positions are more easily gassed. We do have some really good youth there, which is wide receiver.
Yeah.
And and in the red zone, that's a conversation between Pep, Prince, and Tim Kelly about when do we sub people out? When do we get fresh legs in? When do we put Cobb in? Because we got the passing game coordinator. Hey, what do you think about in the red zone this play? Do I need to pull a guy out? Do I need to send Kiki in? Do I need to send Cobb in? All right, Tim, we're doing this. Play calls. What's it look like? And that's going to be a conversation we're going to have on that sideline, because I see an offense that's going to consistently get down the field, and the red zone's going to be our issue. But best chance in the red zone is running the ball in, or giving the big body receivers a chance, putting Chris Conley and Nico Collins in on the outside and have Cobb in there.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, is what is your kind of ideal red zone package? And so you're going with...
throw David Johnson in the backfield to run a route.
Yeah. Not Lindsey. Definitely I don't want Lindsey in there on the goal line.
I'm talking for a definite pass play, though.
Yeah.
For me, it's either one, because I think David did really well with pass game for a running back. Like, I'm not going to have him run as much, but hey, let's let him be able to make plays in end zone, because he can catch a ball and he can hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I think he definitely benefited last year from Fuller and Cooks going deep and defenses selling out for that. And so now he has a kind of one-on-one in the check down area, and he can make that linebacker miss. And so hopefully we can get that same effect here. But talking about the red zone and talking about like formations, packages, I think if we're going to run, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, I'm with you on that. I don't want little Brandon Cooks in there. I don't want little Kiki QT in there. But you get 6'4" Nico Collins one side, 6'3" Chris Conley on the other side. Maybe you could throw Cobb in there.
Maybe Brevin.
Yeah.
You could throw in there.
You could throw Brevin in there in the slot. And that was...
And you have Brown lineup as a tight end.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. I think we're going to see a lot of 2 tight end set as well. And so definitely in the end zone, that gives you, it messes with the defense's mind. Defense sees a 2 tight end set. They're like, oh, heavy formation, they're going to run the ball. And so if you get Farrah Brown in there, and then maybe it's Brevin Jordan, maybe it's Ryan Izzo, maybe it's Anthony Auclair, then you have that play action possibility, and you got a bunch of bigger bodies, bigger targets to give Tyrod Taylor. So there's a smaller margin for error. He can just kind of chuck it up, and we can be physical in the red zone. I think that's a good plan.
And honestly, for running it, I think I'm more interested to see any power formations we do. Who's going to be playing the fullback position in those power formations?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Anthony Auclair. He was a tight end for the Bucks last year, and we signed him now. And at first, I'm just like, oh, this is nobody, just another guy, right? What has he ever done in his career? But again, you turn on the film, and he's a good blocker. He's a big dude. He's physical. He's nasty. He plays with good technique. And so I think he's definitely going to be more of an inline guy, but he could be potentially that guy to play fullback for us, potentially on the goal line.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if we threw in Waring. If he's healthy, he played water polo. He knows how to fight for his space.
Yeah.
And if we actually let him coach, and I remember you said don't expect too much from Brevin because tight end is a position it takes at least 1 year
Yep.
for the best guys to transition to the NFL.
Yep.
So, and with a guy like Warren who didn't really play but has all the athletic traits, it's going to be, this is when we can start seeing, you know?
I hope so, man. I hope so. I think with Waring, for me at least, he was always, what excited me about him was more about the receiving game, what he can do as an athlete. But I think, just by the nature of the tight end position, you need to earn your mark by blocking. And so that's how he's going to get some snaps. I agree with you.
And I think he's one of those guys that's probably going to be blocking better when he has momentum behind him. That's why I want him in the backfield.
He can get that running start.
I think that's what's going to help him out more because water polo, you're usually like, if you're one be physical, you have to go up to somebody. You don't just stand there and wait for someone to come at you. So I want him to have that running start for that mentality of, I'm going to go hit somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go after them. I'm getting in the fight.
I like that. I hope we can see something out of him. Who knows, man? All right.
Year one, you can see something from him. You can see what's there, which is why I'm excited for him.
Brevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll see a little bit. I just think that people who... I'm very high on the pick. I'm very high on him as a player and his future. I just want people to not be let down if he doesn't look like Travis Kelce in his first year, because I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think we should expect that his first year, but like a touchdown or two, good blocking, that's all we need to see from him.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that at least. But all right, I gotta get out of here. I got a dinner. But any last thoughts, Ryan? What we talked about today, awards? Any more awards you want to bring up? Let me know.
I don't think I have any, but the only other thought I have is like, we give Hargraves a lot of shit, but we didn't sign him to be a starter, and he was starting. Like he stepped up the best way he could.
Yeah, I feel like we signed him with the intent for him to be a nickel corner, and he didn't get to play that.
So, like, I'm more excited about seeing him being able to play and learn, even though he's kind of older. Like,
I was about to say, this man gotta be near 30.
Like, I'm kind of excited to see him actually learn and not be called upon to be perfect, but to know, like, when he's in, like, hey, his limited snap count, we got better value for him than what we were paying for.
Vernon Hargraves is 26. That's still kind of young.
He's in that where he could still learn right now and ball out.
I agree.
But I don't think this year, but if he balls out this year, I can see a contract coming his way.
Oh God. Oh man. I don't even want to think about that. I don't want him to be in our cornerback rotation whatsoever.
If he's a solid guy at depth, he's never been paid big. You offer him something a little bit extra, I think he's going to bite. You don't have to overpay him, really.
Oh, I think he definitely bite. I think he definitely will take any contract he can take at this point. But I hear what you're saying. I think expectation shouldn't be for him to be a cornerback 1, which he had to be last year. Shouldn't be a cornerback 2, which he also had to be. Yeah, exactly. So have him behind Roby, Mitchell, King, maybe Keon Crossan, John Reed, right? Then he's being more in that type of area, in that type of expectations. And then I'm fine with Hargraves. If he don't see the field that much, if he plays about 5 snaps a game, I'm totally fine with Hargraves being on the team.
I can see him being on special teams. Like,
probably, yeah. Hey, we're going to have the best special teams unit in the league this year.
That's what I want. Hey, have fun at your dinner, though, man.
All right, dude. Thank you for dropping by. I'm going to leave the Discord, but have a good night, man, and have a good weekend.
You too, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Alrighty, y'all. That was Ryan. Again, if you want to join in and call onto the stream like he just did, become a Texans Thoughts team leader. The link is in the description. It is a monthly type of membership deal where you get a bunch of exclusive contents. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for the stream. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for interacting, giving my thoughts on the awards. It was a fun one. And we'll see you probably next week. Maybe not if nothing else happens, but we'll see. I'll let y'all know on Twitter. Follow me there. Instagram, same thing. Texans_thoughts. Check out everything at Texans Unfiltered. YouTube, Twitter, podcast, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Y'all know the deal by this point. And yeah, man. Have a good weekend. Go Texans. Take care. Come back for more. And remember, the film